Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to D&D. Jargon is here once again, but we are missing Winslow because he's still dead.
He is dead.
Spoilers.
Properly dead.
How can you
Gone.
be still
Spoilers from the last episode.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't seen the last episode,
Why are you watching this one?
yeah, why are you watching this one? And also reverse spoilers. Winslow is still dead. We haven't figured out a new character for him properly. We've got a couple of options we're juggling around, but he wanted to sleep in today as well, so he's gonna sit this one out and be back next week.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
If you don't die, horrible.
Yeah, watch us all now die very, very horribly this episode,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we have to start a new one.
Yeah.
Because that tends to happen our campaign.
I mean,
Or we simply do our best to blow up the entire island.
that's also a
We should totally do
distinct
that at some point.
possibility.
Maybe we will at the tower.
So Winslow comes back, and we're all just sitting here like, yeah, about that campaign.
There's a smoking crater where it was.
We did an oopsie.
See, he
We
dropped the
pushed a
thing,
button we shouldn't have pushed.
Yeah,
he dropped the
absolutely
thing,
not
and then
a
I pulled another thing, and then things sort of jumbled together after that.
We actually gave you the best deal by leaving you at the bottom of the ocean.
Yes.
Water shields him from the blast.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. What we do
Anyway.
with him.
Last we left off, I believe we had just made it through the horrible howling past of ice-cold lake winds of doom.
Yeah.
Yes, and you are never naming things again.
Yes, of course.
But yes, you did make it through the pass, and you are now at the coast of sorts, considering you're still rather high up above the surface of the water, but there's like a waterfall
Still
going
have to
down
go
over
down
the cliff.
Yeah, we were heading towards the river, if I remember correctly.
Yes, there's a river going off and then over the cliff, and there seem to be like remnants of a bridge going out to an island far out into the sea. Well, not far out, you can still see
Far
it.
out.
Far out, man! Man! It's not that far out, really. It's probably within swimming distance if you are an athletic swimmer and like cold water.
Or you
can do that.
just walk over.
I just give myself a tail for a bit.
I'm like, not an issue.
Yeah, you can fly.
You can fly, I can just swim across, and then Rob just walks on the bottom.
Yeah, Rob walks on the bottom.
See?
It will work.
We covered everything.
All three characters dealt with, done. What we're doing, guys?
Yeah, let's skip an entirely act of the adventure, because why not?
Yeah, he just walks straight across. Fuck it.
Yeah.
As
Rules
you
the rules, we have money.
as you come down towards where the river flows over the cliff, you notice that it's just right beside the remnants of the bridge. And there seem to be remnants of a campsite here as well.
Ah.
This area
recent
is
campsite?
actually very undisturbed by the wind. It seems to be completely still. The mountains around you shield this specific area. So this could have been here for a long, long while.
Okay.
Could be the camp of all the predecessors.
Maybe.
A creepy, untrustworthy predecessor.
Yes.
Indeed.
Aren't they always?
Mostly.
There we go.
So, where are you headed?
Well, the bridge is taken down, so we great.
Well, where's the dot?
Yeah, we have two dots. We had the green dots with the. I think it's a cave.
We're heading for the blue dot, I believe.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Was it the blue dot or the green dot? I'm not
No,
sure.
it's the blue dot, because the green dot was at the bottom corner of the map. And
We'll
Yeah,
just
sure.
pull up the map
yes,
and you can have a look.
and it was yeah, there you go. See, bottom corner. And that was the one that the ghost said to go to. So we were ignoring that. So
Okay.
we were right near that river, near that blue one.
Hmm.
So we have to cross the river first. Correct?
Yeah, the campsite is on the other side of the river, so
Oh, so it's the campsite that's the blue dot.
So you are on the western side of the river, and the bridge begins right at the tip, like this little tip right here, and seems to stretch across this strait here.
Okay.
And you would be about here right now.
Okay, what's at the blue dot then?
It seems to be the campsite.
Okay, we need to go have a look at the campsite. First order of business to the campsite.
Yeah.
Off to the campsite, Larry. All right.
Yeah.
So you
evil
come up
objects I can pack in.
Okay, so you are heading towards the campsite. Coming up to the river, you realise that this river is actually quite rapid. There's a lot of rocks and outcroppings, and simply stepping right into it would probably mean that you will die a horrible death smashed against the rocks.
I am going to...
Very careful.
Okay, I would like to give myself some wings then.
You would like to give yourself some wings?
Yep.
Okay, that's a kind of a complicated procedure, considering that's a bit away from your normal get-up, but you can certainly try it. You will need to reserve a concentration point for this transformation, despite your insight.
Oh, shucks. Alright, okay, that's fine. Concentration point reserved.
And you will also need a proper roll for this.
Standard roll and then a power roll, yeah?
Standard roll and then a power roll.
Standard roll gets me a 2.
2, so that's fine.
And then the power roll is a 9.
A 9 out of 10, right?
10, yes.
Let's see here. What's your body mass like?
I'm reasonably bulky now, I suppose, considering how strong I am. And I am currently... How tall did I set myself as? I wrote it down somewhere. Where did I write it down?
Jot this down.
6'3", I believe.
Okay, yep. And that needs to be converted into metric for the rest of the world.
What? We're used to measure height. You don't measure it in meters.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You go to feet. Feet in inches for height.
Nobody measures in feet.
Only in the still
Second
ancient
word.
thinking people of the UK and US.
Yep.
It's the UK, the US.
The UK is the worst than the US, though. At least the US is consistent and always goes with olden times. The UK is like, sometimes we'll use the new stuff, sometimes we'll use the old stuff.
I mean, there's a really interesting story about this whole thing back in the day when NASA was shooting rockets up into space. They still do, but not these kinds of rockets. So they ordered parts, right? They ordered parts from the US. And they gave them some measurements. And NASA does everything in metric. Everything in metric, because that's the way the rest of the world works. Now, the people who got the order didn't realise this, so they took the measurements and did them in Imperial, without transforming them first. So,
Yeah.
So NASA gets a bunch of rocket parts, and none of them fit, and they're all absolutely useless because they're all in Imperial. And would have probably killed someone if they tried to use them.
What I found hilarious was recently there was this plane crash.
That's not usually something
Absolutely
that's
funny.
hilarious.
Plane crash. Lots of people
that's not hilarious. That's not hilarious. It's kind of sad. Hilarious was the news about it because the news anchor decided the plane crashed because they used the really terrible metric system and not the superior imperial system.
Okay, sure.
Totally the reason.
Yeah. Anyway, that would make you about 1.9 meters tall.
There you go.
That's 1.9 meters tall. That's kind of huge.
That's pretty tall.
You're big.
It's my height.
Yeah, you're big.
It's my actual height, so there you go.
Yeah, well, it feels like half my classmates are that high. Tall.
Be glad you're not that high. You don't have to bash your head on absolutely everything.
Yeah, well, I 187, so yeah.
I'm 161.
So
I'm short.
I can't remember what I am. Okay, and you had a power roll of 9, that would be.
You're taller than
So 166.
Okay, so you do your transformation spell, and your back really hurts as two enormous bat-like wings break out of your lower back. They seem to be able to carry quite a bit of weight, but probably wouldn't carry all of your current weight.
Okay.
So you might need a bit of a boost.
And I say, and how do you expect to use those? Flying takes practice, you know?
Yeah, I'll work as I go.
Good luck.
Oh dear.
Cross that bridge when you come to it.
I hope you've got some good agility stats.
Actually, not too bad. Not too good, though, either.
You are very fortunate in that this part of the mountains is shielded from wind, however.
Hmm.
Try to take flight. The winds, the winds, like start up again and
It's just whack.
And away he was. No.
I would like
That's
to
another
test out
record.
my wings and just try and do a little bit of flying on the ground first.
Okay, so as you've never done this before, it's all very weird to you. Despite being able to change your body shape at will and kind of reuse memories of other things you've seen, that doesn't necessarily mean you have any sort of knowledge how to actually use those parts. You flap a bit with your wings, and you get like a couple of centimeters off of the ground, and then you flap wrong, so to speak. They go desynchronized, and you tumble over and hit your head.
Ow.
No damage, but it hurts like hell.
Una looks very unimpressed.
How do you do this?
So you're a bit tangled into your wings on the ground at the moment.
I, in the meantime, will scout the waters for maybe a food or... Is it called food? How is it called?
You're looking for a ford or something to cross with.
Is it for two?
So are you trying to go into the water, or are you attempting to just...
No. The fort is pretty easy. Should be pretty easy to spot, even if you're not in it.
So you go and have a bit of a look around the river.
Yeah, I'm walking up and down to see if there's some place that's not quite as difficult to traverse.
Having a look downstream doesn't produce any good results. The water picks up speed down here until it goes over the cliff face and has carved quite a deep crevasse into the mountains. Unfortunately, the same thing goes up towards the mountains as well. While the river itself isn't very wide and has a number of small rock outcroppings and rocks sticking out, it is abnormally deep. It seems to be upwards of maybe 3 or 4 meters deep in some places, while the river itself is only maybe 1.5 meters wide.
Oh, so it's not very wide.
It's not very wide at all. But in a
Why didn't you tell us that earlier? They just made a bridge.
But
You didn't ask.
in many places you do note that the river is so deep that you can't even see the bottom despite being this thin. So it actually carves down very deeply into the rock.
So it's like,
Yeah.
It's a very deep, horrible thing.
Yeah.
If you were to slip and fall into this river, there's a good chance you'd be pulled under very, very deeply and never come back up again.
you know,
That's fine. I just wait until in the ocean. Then I walk back up.
I'm thinking of that extra credits episode, like complexity versus depth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the river is not very complex. It goes quickly, it goes fast, has rocks, and is thin, but it's really, really deep.
Yeah,
What's it
simple but
What does it
What
mean?
does it mean? What does it mean? Woo, woo, woo.
if you look
It's
really
just
closely,
a number.
I'm going to get back up and try the flying again.
Okay, give me an agility roll. You've learned a couple of things, like how to not hit your head, but it's still complicated.
Okay, I got a 9 compared to my 11.
Okay, so you still succeed. you get a bit higher this time. Now you can actually stay in the air for a couple of minutes. But no, a couple of seconds, rather. Until you get really tired in your wings because you're flapping all the time. All the time. Then you just bump back to the ground again.
How do you do it? You do it all day.
Yeah, she
Our
is
wings
a
work
bit-
quite differently, and I'm quite a bit lighter than you are.
Yeah. He doesn't carry as much.
Yeah. And like,
Those
those are bat wings. These are like dragonfly wings. They work differently.
Yeah, so he's only really had you and his pet to look at.
So while he is trying to learn how to fly, yes, I'll try to form a bridge made of stone across the river.
Oh, you're actually gonna do some magic for once.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oda
So
rolls
time
arrives
is
and
a
just
charm.
flies to the campsite.
Just zip, goes over. Okay, so you're gonna try and use your magic to form a small rock bridge. That's
Yeah,
absolutely
what's
fine.
funny, I didn't. I tried too little.
So
I
where
didn't-
are you doing this? Exactly where are you doing this? Upstream, downstream, where you are?
At a place where the way to cover would be the smallest, the littlest.
Okay, so a little bit upstream then.
Yeah, but upstream. Where I don't have to cover that much way.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's fine. You would need to roll for this
On what? I
on
don't
your
do it
strength.
Okay.
It should be absolutely fine for
It's
you.
actually okay. That's a 4 on 14.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. So you summon up your magic and you start to mold the rock in front of you into a sort of bridge shape that goes across.
Mm.
Once you're about
Well, it's
halfway,
strong enough to carry me.
once you're about halfway, you can feel that the spell is starting to drain a lot more of your strength. Something here is causing the stone to be pulled downwards with a lot more force than you expect.
Okay.
So
That's
you need
worrying.
to make another strength roll for this.
Did Tova make it across the water easily enough?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah, that's okay. Even with a minus 12 on 13.
12 and 13. Okay, so you do push across and you connect it at the other side, but that was
Yeah.
really weird.
Come again?
That was really weird. You do push it across and connect it at the other side, so the bridge has been made. Looks
I would like
a
to-
little more flimsy than you'd like to, but
I would like to quickly hop skip across it.
Yeah, me too.
very
Because
quickly.
that doesn't look
Let's
safe at all.
Before he gets to the bridge, I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
hop
he
across it as
is
soon as
at
it's
the
there.
I'm
bridge and
standing
you're a
in
bit
front of
away.
it.
So he's gonna make it across first.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna head towards that though.
Okay.
Should I be a dick and destroy it just to see what you do? But that's
Before
not
you
me.
two do this, Tova, you were just flying across the river, right?
Yes.
So you fly up and you go over. Sure, absolutely sure that you're going to make it across, no problem at all. And once you get to about the halfway point, you feel a very strong suck downwards. It's like everything you carry and yourself has become 2 or 3 times heavier than they were before. What? So you dip down about 1 meter and almost touch the surface of the water before you can regain your
Lift.
your
Yeah, well,
lift.
it's not like I'm losing my momentum forward, so it's more like.
But since you have an innate ability to fly, I mean, it's what you've been doing your entire life, you do make it across and you do save yourself in time. But for someone a touch more inexperienced than you, would have probably gone straight down into the river.
It's like that nice out of context D&D quote I read the other day. What do you mean I'm not proficient in legs? I've been using them my entire life.
After watching this, I think twice about the wings and I get rid of them.
Okay, so you just pull them back in.
Mm.
And you have your concentration point back.
Yay!
Your clothes must be shredded.
Yeah, they're not happy at this point. Also, you get a point of strength fatigue for that.
Oh, another.
Another crash.
Good
Yeah.
thing I took that short rest, otherwise I would be at 0 strength right now.
And you would have fainted over the river and fallen in.
And there would have been the second death because, yeah, I got luck getting you out of there.
It would have been really, really dangerous and really, really hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rob, you are moving across to the bridge now, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a couple of steps out, and it seems secure enough. Pretty hard, pretty stiff, pretty solid. 1 step, still fine. 2 steps, also fine. 3 steps, almost at the middle now.
Okay.
4th step.
Yeah, I jump forward.
No! So you leap across, and as you pass the middle point, you also feel the very same thing, but a lot stronger. You are pulled downwards towards the bridge. You lose your footing, but as you did leap, you are pulled down and forward onto the other side of the bridge.
I hope you know how to combat roll.
Golems don't combo roll, we slide down.
If you want to combat roll, you may make an agility roll, but if you don't, you're gonna just smack into the ground.
Ow.
A fully armored golem doing a combat roll. That's fast, just too funny to skip.
Hey. You've seen fat rolls in Dark Souls, haven't you?
Yes.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Great, now I have the picture in my mind again.
Fadumph.
Yeah. Where's the dice? Ah, there. It works.
Okay,
Like,
so you make a glorious, beautiful fat roll across the bridge.
yeah.
Unfortunately, the impact weakens the bridge even further, and you can see like bits of rock falling off underneath it, going.
I'm not going
into
to
the
use
river.
that. I'm not going to use that. How to get across?
You should swim. Look safe.
Yes.
I would like to attempt to freeze some of the water,
Okay,
just
that's
to
fine.
see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna freeze across the water,
Okay.
just to see how it reacts.
Yeah, exactly.
See now. Now I have to rely a bit on actual physics. How's this gonna work?
Consider, like, ice is lighter than water and stuff.
Yeah, it is. But under these circumstances, how's that gonna work?
That's quite.
I'm like,
It's still gonna float.
Yeah.
The thing is, we have two forces acting on it. First, the flow of the water against the ice from the side, and
Yep.
the gravity from below. So, difficult question.
I mean, ice still floats, right? Even if you have increased gravity. Right?
That's a question I don't really know because I didn't see ice under.
Because the density is still the same. The density does not change.
Yes, and the increased gravity also affects the water. So
So
logically,
there
if you
should
just
not be an
froze
issue.
the surface, nothing would really happen. It was when you
Not necessarily. It could. The gravity could pull the ice underwater and create a kind of a.
No, it won't work like that because the water's under the same effect.
Yeah,
as
the
the
water
ice.
is being affected the same way. Okay, so
so
if you
might
freeze the
crack.
water, it
might
would
crack.
probably experience some kind of tidal forces right at the boundary where the gravity increases and where the gravity is normal, and would probably go a bit wonky right there in the pass. But beyond that, it should be fine.
It should break really hard fast. That is for sure.
Okay, so do you want to try and freeze the water? You can do that.
like
Yes.
it would probably crack, but not be pulled under.
Yep, I'm
That's
just doing that just to find out.
Okay, so you freeze the water, the top surface of the water. How thick, about?
About a centimeter or
Centimeter
two.
thick. Okay, so you're just trying it out.
Yeah,
So the
just
water.
to see the effect.
So first of all, as you begin to freeze the water, you can definitely feel the speed of the rushing water pushing against it and trying to break it off. And if you want to continue freezing across, you're going to have to push some strength into this and do a second roll for this.
Okay. Oh dear. That's a 20.
That's a 20! I mean, what exceedingly bad things could happen here?
He could freeze himself.
Could freeze himself. Well, first of all, the ice you have frozen so far breaks off and just goes away into the distance. And I suppose that's it. I can't really think of anything, any sort of really magical backlash yet. You haven't pushed any energy into it. You haven't really done any sort of really taxing things.
E10,000!
I mean, you will take a point of damage, but beyond that...
Ow.
Beyond that, you're mostly fine.
Okay. So, now I need to work out how to get across still. I'm going to go further upstream and try it up there and see if the same thing happens again with the gravity. I'm not going to use my magic. I'm just going to pick up a rock and throw it over.
Okay, so you head upstream a bit, and the river seems to be about the same. The water's moving a little bit more slowly here, because you're also going uphill into the mountains again. And you can see up ahead, maybe 20-30 meters, there's another waterfall coming down.
I am going to look at the waterfall and see if there's some way to get behind said waterfall and walk around it.
Okay, so you go all the way up to the waterfall and you have a look. Unfortunately, the waterfall is going basically straight against the rock and there's no path behind it.
Damn it!
Are there trees nearby?
There's a couple of trees nearby, yes.
Could build a bridge.
I could just do that myself.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Yeah, I'll just do that then. I'll try and build a bridge same style as Rob.
Okay. Where are you doing this? You are doing it upstream, downstream?
Upstream, but a little bit away from the waterfall, because obviously I don't want the waterfall destroying it.
Okay. So that means you're about there, yeah? Okay. So first of all, a roll to start affecting the rock.
That is a 7 on what is currently a 15.
Mm-hmm. And that succeeds, and you start to push the rock out. Now, you have an effective 14 right now.
Now that I've done that, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you form your bridge, and it goes across the middle. You feel a slight tug, and it connects at the other side.
Oh, that was easy. I then try to walk across. And when I'm getting closer to the middle, I'm going to try and jump over the middle bit.
Okay, so you get to the middle bit, and you also feel this very sharp tug downwards when you cross the middle point.
I'm just jumping.
Yeah, you're jumping across, and you feel like a tug as you cross that bit. Almost like you'd been shot up through a cannon and your face kind of pulls down a bit.
Ah, okay.
This tug disorients you a bit and throws your balance off course, so in order to land properly you're going to have to make an agility save.
Well, that's no issue, because that's a 1.
There you go, you just land beautifully on the other side.
Hooray! I've made it across. Thank God for that. I regroup with the others back down at the camp.
Right. So you
Weird
head down.
river.
Yeah, really weird.
There we go.
I wonder if that should work as kind of a wall. A really shitty wall.
A gravity ward.
Yes.
Yeah, you just have a circle of increased gravity around your campsite, and anyone who tries to go into it are just smushed against the ground.
Mm.
So, now you're all at the ruins of the campsite. What you have around you is a small cleared out area with a circle of rocks in the middle. There are two piles of sort of burlap scraps lying on two opposite ends of the campsite, probably the remains of some sort of tent. There's a bunch of different sort of trash and paraphernalia thrown about here. Whoever camped here is obviously not a friend of the environment.
Joy.
There's a number of small shards of an urn, some small scraps of paper, and a few steps away, towards the bridge, another pentagram-like formation has been cleared from all ice and snow.
Okay.
Beyond that, you'd have to look a bit closer to see anything else. There's probably something inside the tents. They look a bit lumpy from a distance.
I ain't going to investigate the tents.
Okay, so you head over to the tents. Pulling back the burlap sack reveals bits and pieces of someone who'd been living here. Not the bits and pieces of the actual person, but like bits and pieces that they were carrying with them. An old bedroll that's been left behind. A small chest with some personal items in it. A small brush, a pair of scissors. And a pouch of gold coins.
I'll have the gold coins.
Just nick that right off the off the ground before anyone else sees them.
I still only have 3 gold.
Well, now you have 23 gold, so...
Yay!
You poor little man.
I spent it all.
How recent did you say the camp looked? Like, how old?
If you have a bit of a closer look and investigate with your perception, I can tell you that.
I would like to do that. Yeah, 3.
3, yes. Okay, so going around, looking at the tents, looking at the bits of wood and metal and urn that are strewn about here, you can deduce that this campsite is not very recent at all. It's probably been around here for years. Anything edible or organic has been picked completely clean by birds and wolves. And the tents themselves are a fairly old design.
I just assumed immediately it was like, oh, this is where they went across, so it's going to be those guys from before.
Well, it at least harms the suspicion that it is, yeah.
Well, I just assumed that because I'm Sam. I just do things.
Just assume a lot of things.
Assume, don't think.
You also note, Tubit, that most of the things that are left behind here are not typically things you would leave behind when leaving a camp. There's a number of well-insulated bedrolls, one in each tent. There are some actually rather nice clothes lying around, buried underneath the snow. A couple of urns, and actually something that you recognise as being a vial of rather expensive ink.
That is mine now.
Just whoop! You now have a vial of shimmering ink. It doesn't stay one colour.
Ooh.
That means I had to leave in a hurry, which means we should be careful.
I'm going to keep poking around for a bit.
Okay. Poking around. You see, like, tracks going around in the campsite. Some of them going off towards the sort of pentagram-like area. Some of them just going around the campfire in the middle. And then 2 sets of footsteps going off to the east. Well, southeast, more like.
Okay.
2 sets. There were 3 of them who went to the tower, right?
I'll take a look at the pentagram.
How many were on that first journey? Was there 3 of them, weren't there?
I guess it was if it was 3, if I remember right.
If you roll intelligence, you can remember more details about this.
Okay, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, for you, for me, it's.
Hey, successful. 3 on a 10.
Successful! So after about a minute or so of scratching your head, trying to remember if they were 2, 3, 4, or 5, you come to the conclusion, no, right, 3, but one of them stayed behind in the village, the priest.
Ah, so that's that. So
But
the two of them actually
wasn't it-
head towards that green point.
But wait, if the priest stayed behind in the village and we had 3 footprints here, that means it was 4 people.
You have 2 sets of
Well,
footprints here.
Oh, as I thought there were 3 at first, but only 2 pairs left the camp.
No. There's a number of footprints going around the camp, but there's only 2
Ah,
distinct
well, I
sets.
misunderstood, yes. No,
So it seems they went the green path in the end.
if I left to the
So
southeast,
why was this blue one connected to the one on the island?
maybe it's a second camp.
No, but they seemed connected because someone meant I can't remember exactly, but it was mentioned they were connected somewhere or another.
Maybe the blue dot doesn't mean the camp, but the pentagram.
Quite possibly. Check the pentagram.
Yeah.
Walking over to the pentagram, you come over, and looking down, it's a completely cleared out area, about 2 meters in diameter. There is no ice, no snow whatsoever. Instead, in the rock below, which is surprisingly flat right here, oddly flat even, a pentagram has been carved into the rock face using some unknown tools. It's painted in with some form of strange, chalky white dye. And in the center, an eye has been drawn.
Allow me.
Oh,
Oh, so you have experience with that.
yeah. You have experience with both runes and the weird eye thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
allow me.
Bad things.
The sort of apex of the pentagram, the single point going out, is pointing towards the bridge.
Okay.
Maybe it's like a teleportation rune that takes you across instead of the bridge.
Or
The
maybe
bridge
it's
doesn't lead to, it doesn't lead to the island with the tower. It to other island.
Yeah, the other island.
That's way closer.
Well, you work it out. You're the rune persons. Go.
I do that.
Okay, so having you have an even closer look. It's a pentagram carved into the rock. In the middle, there is an eye. The apex of the pentagram is pointing towards the bridge, and the entire pentagram is encircled in a circle of text.
Yes. I try to read the text.
The text is not runes as you recognize them, but rather a language.
Oh.
It's some form of chant or even a command of sorts. More like a passphrase than anything.
I would like to detect magic at this point.
You detect magic and nothing.
Not even from the river?
Not even from the river.
Okay, that's strange.
That's really, really weird.
I could try using my insight on the pentagram to see what it.
Okay,
What it
yeah,
is.
certainly.
Wait, you got insight into stuff?
What?
I guess my insight was the fact that I could transform with things. What's yours?
Mine is that I can see the history of things.
Ah,
It's kind of like divination, except I can look into the past.
ooh,
I've only used it once, and that was what I did with the tail last episode.
ah.
I didn't roll very well, so I didn't get a whole lot out of it. But
Fair enough.
I might get luckier this time. It was
Magical
like a
fortune-telling
power roll
powers, go.
Yeah.
I think I rolled a 16 and a power roll of 1, so like those it were completely crap rolls. So I got a really vague vision. Alarming, but very vague.
Okay, use your magical powers then, oh fortune teller.
Campaign over, backstory, the post-mortem, you go and become a fortune teller.
Yeah.
Right, so what do we have?
I would completely scam people if if I were to be a fortune teller. She would not be an honest one.
I'm still waiting
really.
for that weird creature that got foretold back when we were with the sea people.
It might still not happen, but yeah, I'm still wary of it.
I am too.
Okay.
Didn't we
let's
make
try-
one in form of throwing Winslow into the sea? Kinda.
No, not really.
No, that's not that. That's not that creature with red hot claws.
Yeah.
That's not that.
No.
A shame.
You are skilled enough in the fortune-telling craft that it was probably not Winslow.
It could
Go
have
on.
been.
Go on then. Tell
Yes,
the
yes.
past.
Let's see.
So first of all, I need to know whether or not you're targeting a specific sort of time period, or if you're going straight for general details about everything that's happened in this spot or to this specific rune.
Yes.
Oh, that could take a while.
Well, we know approximately when this party, which we presume
Hmm.
made this camp, like the priest guy and his party did this whole journey. We know approximately when that happened, so I aim at like that point in time.
Okay, so approximately 15 years ago then.
Yes.
Beyond that, are you going for any sort of specific details, or are you just targeting that time period?
That time period, and I want to know like what was the purpose of this?
Okay,
Why was this inscribed? What does it do?
okay. So gimme a roll. Give me a roll.
Yes, this is a bit better. It's an 8
Ooh.
for the d20, and for the power roll is a 2. So
That's good. It's power roll isn't that big, but it's good enough.
yeah,
Okay, so do you want this in private, or do you want it right out here now?
we might all have use for this. So for once, I'm going to do it out loud.
Okay, so you sit down next to the rune and you start inscribing your own little runes into it to try and deduce what it was made for. And when your runes activate, your eyes sort of roll up into your skull and you go into a bit of a trance. And she starts speaking out loud what she sees so the rest of you can hear it.
This is weird.
Says Mister, I transform myself into stuff.
Yeah, but my eyes don't do that.
So Una describes to you how she is in the exact same location as you are before, but it is now dusk instead of morning.
I immediately correct her and go, no, it's not dusk yet. What are you looking at?
About 2 or 3 meters out from the rune, everything turns into a dark and swirling void. Then 2 people come into her vision. Both of them are Taket, and both of them stand on opposite sides of the rune. One of them looks and points towards the bridge, which is clearly visible outside in the black void. The bridge is still broken, as it were, but not as broken as it is right now. The 2 men look at each other, bend down, and then inscribe the rune using forms magic on the rock face below. Then they stand up, join arms above the eye, and start chanting in a language you do not recognize. After about a minute or so of chanting, the rune activates and flares up in a bright white light. And parts of the bridge begin to rise from the water. However, something goes wrong, horribly wrong, and the rune begins to spark and fizzle. And instead of rocks and wood coming up from the water, sea creatures are now being lifted out of the water. What little bits were still intact of the bridge are now breaking apart and crumbling and falling down into the ocean, and the 2 of them quickly interrupt the spell before anything else happens. Finally, the two look out towards the bridge as the back of an enormous creature rolls by underneath the broken remains of the bridge. And then the vision ends.
Oh.
Yeah, let's not go through the water then.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that they wanted to repair the bridge to like get to the island. Like, there's something there that they needed, presumably.
Yeah, but we don't know how they did it because we don't know that fancy language, and yeah.
I'm not going to get there.
Well, they could stand over that and mumble something, hope to hit the right words, but that sounds like a really dodgy drive.
I'm going to, as soon as she comes back from this, I'm going to look a little bit nervous, and I'm going to ask, was there any tentacles?
Yes. There were tentacles. Probably not the ones you're thinking of, but there were a lot of sea creatures.
Ah.
So, bridge is out of the question, and crossing the water by foot is out of the question.
What do you mean crossing the water by foot's out of the question? I can still
what do you think I mean?
Still make a surfboard and make the water push me along. Could totally surf there.
Yeah, you could. The question is how long.
The question is also, I mean, you could, but the question is, should you?
Yeah, that's how long.
It's like you could also like shapeshift gills and swim.
Yeah, that's the other option.
Yeah, and Mr. Metal Man here could just walk along the seafloor, and I could just fly.
Yeah, that option is still open.
We have options.
Yeah, well, the problem with that option is that we have to split up, and if some of us catch this card alone. So I would take that option the last.
Yeah, but it's like, I doubt I will have any great encounters in the air. So it's like...
Oh, Miss Sandy Fine is fine over water.
Have you seen the movie Jaws?
Look, I won't fly like a meter over the water. It will be like more like 20 meters over the water.
Okay, fine.
Like the blonde teenager in those movies, we are not retards.
And if Rob needs backup, I can always join him at the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you see.
And I can help. I can also help over on top of the water if issues arise there.
How do you
I
know
just,
that
I
there
just
are
come
issues?
back to the surface.
How would you know that there are issues? I have issues underwater.
Well, that's not my problem.
That's very nice.
You just leave them. Okay, they don't seem to be doing all that well. Fuck them.
So what are we doing? Are we going to try and cross?
It's like, okay, they're doing a bit badly. Here's a rock with the wild magic rune. Let's see what happens. Oh,
You know what?
the seed
I have a
turned
few
red.
more.
Oh, the seed turned purple.
No.
Oh, God.
I can just
Someone
picture you
turn on the
dropping the
raincoat.
rock.
Lava.
Like you dropping the rock, it hits the ocean, sinks for a bit, flares up, and a 20-meter sphere just turns into jello.
Yeah.
That's
So-
really helpful.
Then again, our other option is to just ignore this bridge and just head towards the green one, which I assume they probably did afterwards, considering the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair, but okay.
What are we doing?
Maybe
then?
there's a tunnel or something.
What are we doing? Are we crossing or are we going following them? What?
I would say we first scout out the green dot to get another option. Maybe. At least see what there is before we decide what we do.
So head to the green one, you say?
Yes.
Which will be back through the mountains.
No, it won't. It'll be through a different set of mountains.
It's another set of mountains. Maybe there are not frost wind elementals. Maybe this time it's just ice elementals.
Let's see.
So what are we doing?
I'm just gonna type up a thing for one of you.
Alright, okay. I'll open up Hangouts again then. I'll keep an eye out if it is me. I keep closing it.
I why do I have Skype open?
So, Tova, what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to cross, or are you wanting to go to the green spot?
Oh no, I have to.
Information.
Be back in a
if
second.
Nurmashun, I've sent the message, so whoever got it now has it.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoever got it. I personally want to go and explore the island. Because obviously this seemed important, and I don't trust that ghost one bit, because it was a ghost. Ghosts just... Nah.
It's what I've been saying as well. Like the ghost, I don't fucking trust it.
To the island, then?
He's like of that organization whose mark we saw on the seal, which is part of the seal that's presumably evil, that's sealing in this whatever
Thing.
entity that the Calva is.
Hmm.
Well, what's it say? Well, that the Calva spoke of anyway.
Hmm.
And
Is
I
there any,
honestly
like...
trust the Calva more than I trust the ghost.
I would like to also ask, how close is the actual sea to us? As in, like, a beach or anything? Or is it just a sheer drop and that's it?
It's a sheer drop down to a beach, but it's maybe 10 or so meters down.
Is there any way to, like, find a way down?
Not as far as you
Like
can
a
see.
ramp.
No.
I'm imagining like
Could I dig a tunnel?
Could potentially dig a tunnel.
I'm envisioning that time I was in Cornwall, and there was these huge sheer cliffs that sometimes had water up until the top, or sometimes didn't, and it was a nice beach below, because the tide was kind of it had
nice.
really big differences there.
It does.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, there's a 20-meter difference in sea level.
I want to have a
Depending on
look.
the time of day.
I want to have a look at the actual side of the cliff to see if it is possible that you could climb down the cliff.
Okay. Go up. You have a bit of a look down. There are a number of handholds and footholds that could probably serve to hold your weight. But climbing down with any sort of load on you, it's going to be difficult. Backpacks, pouches, armor, and so on.
I don't like leaving my stuff. Oh, I know. I like try and like make the earth come up to where we are, so that I can stand in it and use it kind of like an elevator. So it just brings us down. Yep.
Okay. You
just for me though.
you try and pull the ground down below up. Unfortunately, it's mostly very loose sand, so while you can pull it up for a bit, it doesn't hold its own weight and just falls back down into a bit of a pile.
Okay, I would like to then try and make some like steps out the side of the cliff. Although I reckon that'll work as well.
Okay. That most definitely works. You can pull out a number of rocky-like steps. However, that will take a point of fatigue off.
Okay. Point of fatigue, and I'm going to go down my steps to the beach.
So you descend down to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
The beach itself is sort of greyish sand mixed in with some black specks here and there. Smells very heavily of tang and salt.
I shout up, "Are you two coming down there and we're going to the island then?"
Where is Rob? Rob is gone.
Yeah, I'm dealing with a kind of emergency in the kitchen.
Kitchen emergency.
Yeah, I was kind of distracted. What's going on?
Zorat's made steps in the cliff wall and gone down to the beach.
Didn't we want to go to the green dot first before we cross the water?
No, I decided I didn't want to. I wanted to cross the water first.
Okay, I follow.
Okay. The steps aren't really happy about your weight, Rob, but you make it about 4/4 of the way down before one of the steps fail beneath your foot and you...
So it makes it all the way to the bottom then?
Yeah, what's up? 4/4.
4/4 is all the way.
4/4 is
3/4. 3/4, I said.
You said
No,
4.
You said
You said
4.
4.
You said 4.
Hear what I mean, not what I say.
It's catching on. Yes.
Oh no, the last step is broken. I fall. No way.
You fall 2.5 meters,
So
but you land in soft sand.
you're fine. Atomo just flutters down. I'm guessing.
Well, yes.
Dunk.
I mean,
I'm going to give myself some gills then.
Okay.
Once I'm in the water, though.
Once you're
I'm
in the
gonna
water.
go into the water. I'm going to go into the water first.
Hmm.
Because obviously I don't want gills while I'm just standing on land, otherwise I'll just start choking.
Bad,
That would be-
bad.
Bad idea. Right, so I will go into the water and I will give myself some gills and web out my feet and hands.
Okay. So you walk out into the ocean, and your head you just take a breath and go down underneath the surface.
Yep, and then do the shape shifting.
Then you do the shape shifting. To the rest of you, just seems like you took a dive underneath the surface.
Fancy. I'm just going in.
And then, just as you do this, I'm gonna send another message here.
Oh, another message.
Yeah,
Just
another
get it this
message.
time. I hope it's me.
Mhm.
and I fly up and across.
Doop-a-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Ta-do.
It must look very interesting, this. Like a bird creature thing with scales and a beak. with webbed hands and feet and gills.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's quite the beak.
I would love to know how you get your bearing underwater.
Okay. That's interesting.
Care to tell?
No, I cannot, because I am underwater. Greatest viewing experience ever here on D&D
With
sessions.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Crack some jokes while I do this. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm getting some drawing time in. That's fine.
You're just kind of flying above, and then Rob is just probably wandering down into the water.
Splitting the party! Yay! This is a great idea!
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Let's get picked up one by one.
It'll be 2 and 1, because Rob's probably with me.
Yeah, but everything above that's a meter above me is unreachable for me. So yeah, if you get in a fight on the water surface or anywhere beneath that, I can't help you. So yeah,
Yay.
I can look at you, I can wave, but I can't do shit.
You'll have to use projectiles.
Okay.
Oh, underwater! That's
Underwater, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, make some torpedoes or something.
Do a lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt, let's electrify the whole ocean.
Yes. Oh no! Fireball.
Okay.
It's going to work.
Okay.
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 Let's do some
Yes.
steam.
Oh,
It's going to
okay,
work. I promise.
happened.
There is no problem with this whatsoever.
Okay, this is
Everything can be solved by fire.
interesting, because currently I'm the only one underwater. Rob is just kind of wandering in, isn't he?
I am on my way.
Will I start to appear from above the water now?
No, you won't, actually.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Start to appear from above the water. Boing. It's like looped around.
Oh dear.
This sounds delightful.
Yeah, and hilarious to watch.
Rob is about to find something very interesting once he
just-
puts his head under the water.
Okay, so I see a spelling issue, but I can't be bothered to fix it. That's all you get for now, Zorath. And Rob, as you step down into the water and look around, Dom is just gone.
Okay.
He's gone. Where did he go? He's not here. He might have gone on ahead or something else, but he's definitely not here. Ah.
Should I bother? Should I tell Toph? Yeah, I go back and tell Toph.
Okay, so you stick your head back out of the water and you just go, hey, not here anymore. Gone.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. He's 30, he'll survive.
He'll
Oh,
live. He'll live.
Go under there.
Never
You
mind.
care so much about our well-being. That's hilarious. Awesome. Okay, I told it. I go further.
You're the ones who actually usually encourage me to not try to help people.
When did I do that?
You, Zorath, you do see when Rob comes into the water, so you notice him, no problem. Like,
Okay.
there.
I look back to him and wave at him.
Rob, you still see nothing. The water is rather murky and you can't see very far at all. Meters ahead.
Yeah, I just to take care of it. I take my warhammer.
Just whoop.
Yeah. Get at me, bro.
Come at me then.
I continued the way we were supposed to be going.
Okay, so you just swim on ahead.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Everyone for himself.
I'm still keeping within a reasonable distance from Rob just to keep an eye on him to see how he's doing. Make sure he's okay. But obviously, since he can't see, but I can, I'm out of sight of him, I suppose, for now.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the way. That will be a lonely trip.
Okay, where's my dice? I need these.
This is interesting. God. Oh dear.
Let's see, one of those and one of those. Sure, that's going to be fine. Ooh, okay. So, Rob, as you keep on walking forward, you suddenly step on something that really didn't like being stepped on.
That's not good. But I'm metal, so I'm good.
Looking down, your entire leg has just disappeared into some sort of cavity in the sea floor, and some sort of mouth is holding on to you around your calf. It's trying to eat your leg with little success, but it is holding you firmly in place.
Someone is wanting to try a very mineral-rich diet.
Yeah. I hit it.
Where and how? It's
That's a good
completely
question.
under the ocean floor, and all you can see is just the rim of its mouth around your leg.
That should suffice.
You're gonna hit yourself in the leg.
Yeah, no, fleshy part where the teeth are.
Hmm.
Because that I should hit.
Okay, so you try and give it a bit of a whack, but considering you're underwater, you can't really put as much weight behind it as you'd like.
Yeah.
So the mouth is obviously bothered by it, but doesn't really take a lot of damage.
At this point, I'm going to. I've noticed he's stopped, and I'm going to go towards him, confused as why he's stopped.
So as you stand there, Rob, just tugging at your leg, trying to get it loose, poking out. Well, you are poking, not so much hammering at the mouth. you feel the water move around you, like something really, really big just swam by.
Okay, I ready my Warhammer. No, Oliver, I drop the Warhammer and go at me.
Fight
I
you.
rattled it.
I just try and mutter, "Oh, Rob."
Just grapple the creature.
Yeah,
fuck.
he does grapple everything.
A sort of whale-like call goes through the water as well as you're underneath here. Just...
Okay. Now I am buried.
I would like to try and hit the mouth that's trying to munch on his leg.
How would you like to try and hit it? You
Same problem I have. There's nothing.
you can try and give me a detailed description of how you'd like to hit it in the private messaging.
Okay.
Or you can attempt to just say something out loud that would convey how you are going to interact with Rob and the creature.
There you go.
Okay, that's fine.
You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a suspicion of what has happened.
I'm about to lose my leg, aren't I?
So as you look around, Rob, just your fists in the water, trying to see what went around. An enormous, veiny, bulbous tentacle slams down right next to your leg, leaving a deep, deep impression into the ocean floor next to the creature, which, while you can't hear it, obviously screeches and lets your leg go.
Okay. I'm getting the fuck out of there. Slowly.
Getting the fuck out of there slowly. Just...
Yeah.
I would like to just pick Rob up and put him on my head.
Okay. Rob,
Take him across, because
so
he's
Rob-
being so slow.
as you try and get away, another tentacle comes in and wraps around your lower body.
That's not good either.
And starts pulling you away from the ocean floor, away into the water.
That's not good.
You have a
And I lost
reaction
my
to this.
Warhammer.
Oh yeah, your Warhammer's still on the ocean floor
Yeah.
next to the mouth.
Shit.
If he doesn't pick it up, I'll pick that up for him.
Okay, so you picked that up for him as well.
Yeah, with another one.
Oh dear.
Oh.
So what are you doing at this point, Rob? I mean, you've been picked up by a tentacle and you're being pulled away.
Fight the tentacle?
Fight the tentacle.
Yeah.
I mean, a strength roll if you're trying to break free. Strength roll if you're trying to sort of damage the tentacle in any way. You can also do forms magic on it, of course.
That gives me an idea. I tried form magic on the tentacle so that it rips apart.
Okay. Do you have any concentration points reserved?
No,
Or
sadly
at
I
all?
not, but I can try.
You will need to reserve a concentration point for doing that. You may still try, but I cannot guarantee your safety.
Well, considering that I am out to get eaten, for all I know, it can't be worse than dying. So I do it.
Okay, so you activate your forms magic, and I'm gonna need a roll for this as well.
Oh. That
Do I
will
need to
fun.
roll as well?
You won't need to roll anything, Zoreth, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 1.
Okay. So
I need
you
to roll
activate
for-
the magic and you try and rip the tentacle apart. Instead, your left arm just goes...
What?
Well, that worked. Good.
and you're left with sort of half liquid bits of metal in the rough shape of your arm. They still, oddly enough, follow your movement, but you can't touch anything because you just smushed together into a little puddle and touch
And
it.
that's with a 1.
Okay.
That was like the best possible thing happening.
Yeah.
That was
Let's
more of a
not.
20 than a 1.
Yeah. Now I'm worried what happened. That I forgot everything else.
But that
Anything else?
was your arm, Rob.
Yeah.
So you
Shit.
can't use your left arm anymore. Right up the shoulder here.
By this point, can I have Rob put on me now?
Oh yes, Rob. At this point, you are placed onto the head of an enormous sea creature with just, in your eyes, hundreds upon hundreds of blinking eyes on top of its head. It's an absolutely horrifying sight, and it's just
And it has a beak!
and it's just put you on its head.
Okay. I don't care. Go on.
A few seconds later, your warhammer sort of just drops into your lap.
Think.
Okay. I don't care. Go on.
I would like to continue swimming now.
Okay,
That's fine.
You can continue.
I'm
Swimming.
fine swimming.
Rob, you're like so terrified that it is kind of like looped around and like. This
Yeah,
is
it's
fine.
fine.
Everything is possible.
fine.
Rob has had an integer overflow of fear.
Yeah.
She's gone over the top and then looped back around on the bottom.
Yeah. Continuing to swim to the island, off we go.
Ooh.
It's like, you know what? Everything is fine.
Yeah. Everything is fine.
Fine.
As for you,
I'm so horrified I don't care anymore.
Una, you're above the surface of the water, flying towards the island. Down below, you can see some sort of really, really big, sort of massive sea creature moving about, but you can't see anything else. It's like this big, darkish shape.
They're probably fine. Whatever.
Fine apart from each
I
other.
know. Whatever.
Ooh-wee.
Okay, make it to the other side.
You make it to the other side. Unfortunately for you, Zorath, the water's becoming a little too
Shallow.
Shallow. That's it. That's the word. Shallow for you to continue. There's still quite a bit of a distance to the shore.
I will make myself smaller.
Try and make yourself smaller, but nothing happens.
Okay, this is not good. I tried to make myself smaller again.
Try and make yourself smaller again, and yet again nothing happens.
I tried to change anything.
And nothing happens.
You're stuck.
I am now panicking quite a bit.
With Rob still on your head.
Yes.
Yeah. Who doesn't care?
So the creature below you, Rob, has stopped. You're not really sure where you are. You can see the surface of the water above you, but beyond that, it's a bit worrying that it's stopped. You can see the island in front of you as well, through the surface of the water, maybe 50 meters or so ahead of you. And the creature below you is distressed. It's sort of jerking back and forth and convulsing a little bit, almost like as if it's shuddering.
Okay, so I guess my light is out, so I jump down with my hammer and go up silent.
So you just hop off the creature and scrabble away from it as quickly as possible.
I immediately try to go with him with every tentacle I have.
Just
Try and grab him and just like, help! Help!
Oh, so you hop off the creature, Rob, and about 17 or so yay tentacles come at you from all directions, trying to grab you and pull you back.
That's not good.
Just it's dinner time.
Beautiful mess. Such a beautiful, beautiful mess.
I mean, you have to imagine how it looks from the outside. That giant thing underwater, and whee, tentacles everywhere, and drop are coming out of the water once in a while.
I'm guessing I miss.
You have fairly good perception as well, Thomas. You see the creature just sort of shoot forward with its manipulators in order to catch something.
It's like Rob is scrabbling away at the shore, and like the massive tentacles are trying to follow him. And I'm like, I draw my 2 blades. I'm like, which one? Which one?
Which one should we stab this thing with?
I stopped throwing the tentacles and just
Both.
stop.
So you actually do manage to get Rob with one tentacle just right around his foot. All of the others do not reach, but you've got the longest one just sort of holding him. His head and upper torso is above the water now, sort of trying to get onto the shore, scrabbling to get away, but you have him by the foot.
I'm not going to pull him. I'm just like holding on, just like please don't leave me.
Yeah, well, I don't hear that actually.
No. Like, both of you are panicking, and I'm like, he's our pack mule. He has our stuff, important stuff, and this giant squid thing
Wants to eat me.
trying to eat him, and that's bad. I have 2 swords, and I'm gonna use them.
Oh.
Oh, it's a good idea, because I wanted to do that as well. We had the same thought.
Okay, so you've got your warhammer, you've got some swords. Silver, you get to go first because Rob is still sort of panicking a little bit at this.
Yeah, and at least semi-restrained.
Yeah.
At least.
It's not very easy to turn around when you've got a sort of veiny, bulbous tentacle holding you by the leg.
This is sort of an reactionary, hasty thing, so I there are runes on the things, and I'm gonna use both of them. Try to, wag!
That was a chance to hit.
Now I need to figure out, or rather not
And
figure out, but I need
considering
to
my
open a thing.
size and the size of my blades, it's like, I have 2 needles, I'm gonna poke you! More than any sort of terrifying vision.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
No, all I can imagine is you just going, "Ah!" and then it cuts back to like how big you are, and it's just like
Yeah,
just slowly flying forward.
Now, as you pull out your newfound weapon, the one you found at the henge, it actually creates a small cloud of mist around you.
oh,
So, as you fly down,
it looks
it's more
fancy.
like a ball of a comet of sorts with mist streaking off of it and 2 needles sticking out through the front, just coming down.
this is optimal flying combat. Just stick them out in front and fly!
Just mist coming off of the edge.
Terrible.
So you
The
go
first
down
Yeah.
and you hit the tentacle with your 2 swords.
Eh.
And both of them will damage. So you had a D4 for your nope sword
Yes.
and a D8 plus 1 for the other one.
Yes.
Ow.
Does he feel that at all?
The D8 is actually I only rolled 3 for that one, so a total of 6 damage.
6 damage. That's still fine. As you
But the
hit
sword
the
is
creature,
also like will make enemies prone,
yeah. So you
and
hit
like
the creature.
magic consolation thing, or at least
Please, magic cancellation thing, please.
that's what I'm like out of game hoping will happen. But
so you hit it
Like-
with both of the swords at the same time.
yes.
So, first of all, a message to Zorath, because obviously at this point it's kind of obvious who it is.
Yeah. Or what?
No, it's still me.
There we go. And as you impact the tentacle, both of your runes, the rune swords, activate in a flash of light. The one with the yellow runes pulses out through the tentacle, sending a shockwave through it that rips it clean free from Rob and sends it tumbling back down into the ocean. And your other nope rune also activates, but you can't tell if it did anything.
At the feeling of this prodding, I would then like to try shifting again, having a good idea of what it may be.
Okay,
And I stand at the beat.
so first of all, your tentacle arm is completely numb, as if you've been hit by lightning.
Okay.
It's just prickly and tingly all over, and you can't really move it all that well.
Don't
just
care.
It's
Still
just
trying
like
to get
this
back
kind of.
normal. Please make me normal again.
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna need a cancellation roll from you now.
Okay. Oh, thank God, that was a 3.
Okay, so you manage to begin turning your arms back. The main mass of your body is still pretty much the same. You lose 2 eyes, and your arms turn back into mostly normal. They're still a bit too long, and they have a little bit too much tentacle-like prehensileness to them, but they're still beginning to become your normal arms again.
Lose 2 eyes. Plop.
Just... You also decrease in mass
like
by
that,
about
don't you?
100 kilograms.
Yes,
Okay.
he likes it.
I would like to try and continue this.
So, Tuva, as you watch this happen, the creature just sort of begins to move and change shape and shrink really rapidly. It loses about a third of its mass very, very quickly.
Shink.
Me likey.
I'm going to continue trying to change back.
Okay, and nothing happens.
I pop back up out of the water and try to yell, "Do that again, please!"
So, as you look down towards the creature, it sort of moves up a bit in the water, and a huge shark-like head with hundreds of eyes and hundreds of teeth just breach the surface of the water, looks up at you, and makes a noise.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll examine my arm now.
I'm just kind of looking at them wanting, like, please.
It's just water streaming
Blink,
off of it,
blink,
and just...
blink, 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 blink.
Yes. This noise, does it seem like... How does this noise seem?
Not very aggressive, but it's still a massive, horrendous sea creature that makes a noise. And as it's now sort of gone up to the surface a bit more, you can see the back of it, which is like 3 fins of some sort that join in the middle of its body. More like 3 shark tails. It does, however, have 2 very tiny arms.
I try and wave my arms at them.
The creature waves its 2 very tiny, weird arms at you, and it's got like 5 fingers, but they're on very wibbly sort of arm-like tentacles.
Really strange creatures around here.
Okay.
Where's Thorath?
Well, it seems like whatever it is might be trying to communicate with us. I hold out my sword and like...
How?
I try to nod at
Hello,
the
it
sword,
wants to
the note
communicate with us with "Let's stab it."
So you pull out the swords.
To that conclusion.
You pull out the swords, and the creature just all of its eyes just shine, light up, just oh yes, and just goes splash, splash, splash into the water with its head.
Stab!
I try to get closer so that they can stab easier.
Okay.
Oh God!
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So you arm up and you go down to stab it, right?
I feel like agility roll. If I roll anything but 20, I hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if you roll a 20, I can't guarantee what's gonna happen.
You just
You nope yourself.
You just miss and go into the water instead.
But fuck it.
It bounds into its mouth.
Oh, look, a mountain. I missed
Oh
it.
no, I roll another 3. This is like the fourth
Oh,
3
wonderful.
this session.
Perfect. Where are you aiming?
The eye, naturally.
Because if the sort of
No,
the largest target you've got right now is a mass of eyes.
yeah, I feel like if it's like a shark-like head, I'm aiming for the nose.
Okay, so right out at the nose. It's a little bit of a clear area with 2 nostrils, oddly enough.
Yeah, I aim for the nostrils.
Just go for the nose. So you see her coming down with a little ball of mist following her, leaving like an aeroplane trail after her in the air. And you bob your nose up a little bit to meet the impact. And you can see that when you come down, the creature just sort of tilts its nose up at you and comes maybe 5 or 6 meters closer in an instant. And you just whack into its nose. With your 2 swords, and both of them activate once more.
And I rolled
dear.
exactly the same.
Okay, this time, Zorath, you take 3 points of damage, and you are thrown backwards into the water from this. That sword has a hell of a kick to it. And now your entire front face just feels really, really stingy and weird. And you can't move your mouth properly.
I'm going to pop back up and kind of try and make a wailing sound like that really hurts. Just the one.
Have you ever been under dentist anesthesia?
Yep.
That's what it's like, but your entire face.
Yep. So I'm like,
Oh, you meaty draws.
So the creature tries to make another noise at you, but it mostly comes out like.
my eyes are all like crying as well.
You can of course not see the crying.
Me turning him
because he's
back
in
or he
water.
dying from the damage?
So Zorath,
All I can think of right now is like, this is gonna happen when we go back as well, innit?
Yeah.
Damn it. Maybe make a boat the next time.
so Zorath, you may make another cancellation roll if you wish to continue reversing the transformation.
Of course not. Sure. That was a 1.
A 1! Wonderful! Wonderful! Critical success. And as you hit the creature again, it just convulses and begins to shrink even more. It loses practically all of its eyes and shrinks,
the rain
shrinks
of
and
eyes.
shrinks and shrinks down underneath the waves. It just bobs back down under now. You can still see it, but you can also see just sort of pulling itself inwards to itself. The 3 fins just sort of merging back together into 2 longer bits, and the 3rd fin just sort of disappearing up into the middle of its body. And it shrinks down to about a Zom-like shape.
I pop back up now and try to come back onto land.
And Zom's head breaks the top of the waves, looking visibly distressed but also kind of happy at the same time.
And then I fall flat on my face on the beach.
Just swims up. There is now a sopping wet Zom lying face down on the beach.
Well then. That happened.
Woo!
That was a thing that happened.
That was definitely a thing.
A little bit too much into that dream of yours from before, Zom.
Yeah.
It's just fallen asleep.
Is he sleeping again? You will someday you will get stuck and I will not care. And I lost my bloody arm.
It's not lost, it's just
Yeah,
weird.
kinda lost.
You know what? Boop.
You're going to boop what?
I'm gonna boop his weird liquid arm. with my magic denial sword. Sword of magic, nope. Sword of magic, be gone. That's what it's called now.
So before you do that, you kind of look down at Rob's arm, because none of you have really taken a look at it up until now. His arm is now made out of a combination of liquid metal and water. So he's got like a watery arm stuck to his body with metal bits floating around in it. Both sort of liquid and solid at the same time. It's really weird.
I'm going to wake up with the start and look very, very frightened, sort of happy at the same time, very confused.
Probably a bit sore.
Yes.
And it's a tree in the near house.
I'm like, you want any help with that?
I wanna field test it. Let's punch a tree.
Oh,
But
wow.
you're gonna try punching a tree.
I'm going to look to Tove and try and ask help.
Sand help!
Help!
Knock him again.
I basically look absolutely terrified.
Need
I'm like-
popsicle.
I already did. You owe me.
Need more help. Need more help.
Boss portal. Gib.
Brain broken.
Popsicle.
Brain broken. I'm like rocking back and forth on the sand, holding my knees now.
So we are
Yeah.
back to normal actions then.
It's like normal Psalm, normal day.
No.
No,
No.
no, 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 no. Oh, no. Ooh, dear.
I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong.
My brain is broken.
Point to yourself where the bad sea creature touched you.
Yeah.
In the brain. In
That
the
sounds
brain.
normal. It's like, that sounds normal.
Yeah, that sounds not.
Something is very wrong. I'm having weird dreams. I
Brenn
didn't
is more
do
count.
that, but that happened, and it felt good, but it wasn't good. And oh my god, what is wrong with me?
Well, that's what you get for sleeping next to the evil cube.
Yeah.
The evil cube needs to go.
No.
Needs to go. Needs to go.
Evil cube.
No more. No more.
Oh, right. Shit. The evil cube was in the water again.
Yes.
Ah. Delightful.
No more. It go bye bye. I crush it in a moment.
It's in my backpack. You're not getting it.
It's a cube and we might need it.
I
Yeah.
don't care. It's evil.
Yeah, but the seal it's key for
Don't
is
care anymore. My survival of everyone else's. Don't care. It goes bye bye.
Oh, I see. We need really hard fix his brain measures. I'm not punching the tree. I'm punching his face.
So you're gonna try and
I
punch
go
his
like
face.
with like as you would normally do with like the shoulders and grab someone's shoulders and like calm down.
Yeah.
Focus. I do instead like by his brows like his forehead. Hey. Breathe. Calm down.
You were not a sea creature 3 seconds ago. For no reason whatsoever apart from it felt good. Zam is physically crying.
Shall we continue and pick him up afterwards?
Leave him on the island. Go do your thing.
That's probably a bad idea.
Like when you come back, he's just gone, and you can see him skipping around in the ocean.
Again,
Yeah, and going for you with tentacles.
Come in. The water's warm. The water's lovely.
What is warm? It's a whole 11 degrees warm.
Oh, 11 is pushing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's really warm. That.
Think more like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
or even less than that, guys.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like in summer warm.
Oh, yes.
Water mindset because like I'm at the Swedish Canaries.
Aha.
And it is super sunny and super warm, and everyone is bathing because there is a ton of tourists here. And it's like, oh yeah, right. I forgot it's winter here.
Tourist season has begun.
Yeah, it began a while ago.
So, Rob, were you going to try and do something with your arm?
Yeah,
Which is
bunch of tree.
There's actually a number of trees on this island. It's much lower than the place you came from, so it's not like the sheer cliff face than a beach. It's more like beach and then a small uphill to the rest of the island, which seems to be mostly untouched forest. The bridge does connect where you came onto the shore, and the bits and pieces of it is still here. From the end of the bridge, a path, very overgrown and old path, leads into the forest on the island.
Okay,
Well, there's a path. There is stuff.
and away.
So you were gonna punch a tree. Sure, you punch the tree, and the water in your arm goes splash, goes everywhere, and there's no more water in your arm. However, the metal bits are still where they were, but they sort of just splash uselessly against the tree.
Okay, so I can't grab or punch something. That's disappointing.
So, looking at your arm now, it's still, the same shape as before, but all of the water that was giving it the complete shape is now gone, and you've got, bits and pieces of it just sort of describing the general outline of the arm.
But it's still kind of liquid.
Feels like maybe a lot of your arm got left in the.
Yeah. I need metal.
That's nice.
You're gonna have to cannibalize your warhammer.
Or outdoors, or everything metal I find.
I still have a ball of rusty metal in my bag.
Yeah, not that.
Yeah, it's like you don't need those pauldrons, do you?
She just starts going through everyone's packs.
I still have 2 kilos of rusty iron.
Yeah, which
I'm just
rusty
carrying it
metal isn't exactly what we need here.
No, it's very unappetizing to you. It's basically he's offering you a rotting cabbage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not offering you that. That's just what I have. I'm still lying on the floor in the sand, shaking to myself. Still completely and utterly traumatized.
You know we need that cube. As soon
Yeah.
as we're done, we can be rid of it, and we don't ever need to see it again. We're almost done here. You've been able to handle it so far. You can handle it a couple of more days.
No.
Just punch him.
I have half I might just snap his nose. Or beak, or snap out of it.
Yeah. But there's actually a problem. If you slap him with your tiny hands, that nothing will happen.
I can flick him between his eyes, I guess. Focus.
Oh, no for me.
Yeah, I do that. Focus.
Dunk.
I just kind of sit there for a moment.
Ooh-wee.
Did I get anything but agility fatigue for that whole encounter?
You got 2 points of int fatigue as well.
Okay. Just making sure.
I get myself back to my feet now.
Still
now looking like basically sunken in face, just like.
Oh, it's a normal face.
Just standing on your 2 legs again feels really weird. Doesn't feel right at all.
I don't like that.
Feels very
Are you
limiting.
becoming an Eldritch Abomination? Don't.
I don't know if I can. It feels like there's 2 of me now.
That's probably not good.
No, it's not.
Possessed.
There's a reason why I was terrified.
You're not being possessed, are you?
Not yet.
And as you do this, the tail comes. No. Comes creeping out of the ocean like a worm. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, that really bad.
I have no idea anymore. I'm simultaneously paranoid and want to go back into the water.
Then go back in the water.
Don't go back into the water. I tried to drag him into the island, like on dry land, like.
I do follow.
Come on, there's a party.
We're gonna have a party in the woods.
No, I said path.
Oh, path.
Yeah.
I thought you said
I
party.
understand party.
Pathway, not like a party. But a
No, I
path
had
would be
path.
nice. But like,
I know a guy, but he's on the opposite side of the island.
how is it supposed to be pronounced? Path or path? Is that
Either way. Either way.
Yeah. Paths feels more natural to me.
Yeah, but it's probably more correct. Go on. So I'm following.
Oh dear. So you
I think it's
all
a Southern accent.
pick yourself up off of the beach and look around and head onto the path into the forest on the island. This path is some sort of cobblestone path made out of black basalt stone. They're all in hexagonal shapes, which is really weird.
Basalt.
They're overgrown and really old. They look like they've been placed here because none of the other rock around you seems to have the same sort of makeup.
Columnar basalt can be really local though, but it's a really cool kind of rock formation.
It really is.
I'm just following, just broken.
Yeah. So crossing the entire island will probably take you another 2 or 3 hours. So and by now it's about maybe 3 o'clock in the evening. So by the time you're on the opposite side of the island, where the path presumably leads, it's going to be dark.
We should probably set up somewhere to sleep then, even though I don't want to.
Just don't sleep next to the cube.
I wasn't next to the cube when I slept last time.
Yes, you were.
Yes, you are. Yes, you were.
But not on the beach.
Yeah, no, not on the beach now.
Exactly.
His little power nap there.
Yeah.
I'm slightly twitching mentioning this.
So you keep on walking through the forest on this island for a while. The path seems practically untravelled. Nobody has been here for a very, very long time. There's a wildlife, of course. You see a rabbit or so just skip away for a little bit. And you hear some sort of cracking as some larger creature steps on branches off in the distance.
Okay.
Beyond that, it's a very calm little island.
I'm going to ask Tova to use her hut rune to make us a hut. Because I don't know whether I can make a hut at this point in time.
Let's try to make a slightly larger one.
Okay.
Also, I'm not gonna make space for Rob. Like, sorry, but
Rob can just stand there, he's fine.
yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm missing my arm, kinda.
Hello, Rob. No one cares.
So make space for you and Zorath, and then space for just Rob's arm.
Just so I can lean in.
Yeah, just stick it in. So you're gonna need an initiation roll for that to pop it open.
Ooh.
That's a 20.
No, it's 13, and that is currently below my intelligence.
Ah, so it doesn't work.
Yeah,
fortunately.
like my effective intelligence right now is 12.
Ooh,
So it's
Which is
really close.
Mine.
So you try and expand the field of this room, and I mean you can get it to work sort of, but it always just sort of breaks apart at the end when you try and finalize the rune, and it's really maddening because you can't figure out why. It should be working.
yeah. Good. And me like having experimented with this doesn't
Not right now, because you're trying to make it bigger.
That is true.
Well, then Thoros has to sleep outside too.
It's just you're looking at the rooms, you're inscribing them, you're walking through them one by one, like placing breakpoints in the debugger, and just, why is this not working?
Can't seem to make it big enough. It keeps breaking down whenever I try to widen it.
I just look defeated and just lay against a tree.
Just sink down.
If I'm not here tomorrow, you know where I am.
Like, I feel kind of sorry for him. Let's see if I can make some simpler ward thing for him, like against bad dreams and foreign magics.
Now, against dreams, that you should be quite proficient with, considering.
Yeah.
So,
if nothing else, I could just gobble up his dreams so they don't bother him and only bother me.
that's also very true. In fact, if you want to eat at all tonight...
Yeah, I know, like, he's my only food source.
I munch a bit of my grub meat and then fall asleep.
So you eat a bit of the grub meat, but it doesn't really taste all that good anymore. It's still good, but it's not as good. This could use something different, but not really sure what.
Fish.
Don't remind me.
May I try to make that sort of boarding
Yes.
trinket against bad dreams and foreign magics?
So are you going to inscribe this on an item in his possession, on him, around him?
I was thinking more of a, like... I don't really have any, like, paper notes. Like, hang on him, like...
I'm still wearing my big cloak, so you can always put it on that, I suppose.
I'm just gonna inscribe it on, like, his collar.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to make an inscription roll for this, just to see. It's going to work because you're proficient with dreams in this way, but this is just to see how effective it's going to be.
Yes, I roll a 7, which is good, which
Yeah,
is fine. Right?
That's solid. So it takes no problem at all. It's probably permanently stuck there.
Sam will be happy with that then.
Yeah, it's like, I can live with giving you a couple of favors because, knowingly or not, you are my food source.
Keels over. Are you gonna do some sort of shelter for now, or just gonna sleep
so
under the stars?
It wasn't just like the hot rune worked, but I couldn't get it bigger.
Yeah.
Or was so can I? That.
Yes, you can still sleep in a hut, but you could not make it bigger. And you did take a point of fatigue for creating it as well. So.
Yes. And I also forgot that. Oh, right! I made an insight thing before.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, so that should be now a total of 6 points. So I counted it all down and it should be that now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
so.
It's the 2 wounds now and the 2 attacks earlier.
Which were agility and then.
Yes.
And the int, and then you had the insight before that.
It's 5 points to level up a stat, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's 5 points.
But it was some other point as well that I forgot about.
I am now strong man. I am
What?
very strong man.
Just puts on a couple of bolts.
20 strength now.
There you go.
20.
You're leveling way too fast. I'm still at 15.
That's because I keep using spells and using lots of fatigue.
Yeah, he's really exhausting himself every day.
I get up, I do things.
But since you're now at 20, each subsequent point will cost double.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to allocate that into unallocated stuff and put it in other stats, considering my others aren't too great.
If you come to level up again, if the adventure isn't long enough.
I can up my strength now.
Ooh.
Yeah, me too. I'll go to 16.
Could you picture one of your race having 20 strength? Just,
That'd be amazing.
Fairy.
just this tiny, tiny, bulky Hulk Hogan fairy flying around.
No, I'm just imagining the Hulk with wings.
Yeah, but you have to see it in context. I mean, she probably would still get beaten by every Benson thump just because of size.
It's more like an ant, maybe, just having incredible strength in comparison to your body size.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Anyway,
I had this fine mental image of like this tiny, really muscular fairy lifting a giant boulder.
It's this enormous 2-meter boulder and just a speck underneath it holding it up.
So basically the Feagles.
Yeah, basically the Feagles.
Yeah, they're all 20 strength fairies.
Headcanon accepted.
so
You
sleep.
can stomp
we
them
have
into the
slept.
ground and they'll just blink and...
But does anything happen during the night?
Okay, so you're all gonna sleep through the night.
Well, Rob is just going to stand there
Rob is
as
just
usual.
gonna-
Yeah, doing my.
And I can up my intelligence all the way up to 17.
So,
And I increase
let's
my
see.
You're the brains, I'm the brawn.
You, Zorath, are gonna get a message during the night.
Oh,
Again.
God damn it.
As are you.
Oh,
You inside people and your messages.
You're gonna get my horrible messages that I've been getting. And going, oh God. Watch now, she's gonna be plagued by the same issues I've been plagued with.
Turning into random
but
stuff.
unlike some, I am not a weak-minded fool.
Oh, shots fired.
That is true, though. That is very true. Zam is a complete and utter moron, basically. He's less of a moron than he used to be, but he's still a moron.
Yeah, like... Can we both? Oh.
I'm still sitting on 10 intelligence. To be honest, I'm surprised how long Robert has lasted with his, 3.
He's 7, I believe.
I mean, Rob's been the
Yeah, I'm
mobile platform, so...
Yeah, I'm the mule.
Zorath, do you have any points of int fatigue right now?
At the point when we ding, I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
Not at the time of when I went to sleep. I have one unallocated point in it, but I rested that off earlier. I haven't had any int fatigue since last time. Zam doesn't do much int stuff. He is Zam.
Let's see here. That's gonna be... and then we'll...
Yes, I fought my grappling guy.
You...
Oh. Okay. That's interesting. And now Tom's getting all my weird dreams.
Oh, that will be fun for her.
You know, what Jargon just described to me is what happens on a usual nightly basis for me. Just like, complete nothing. Huh, it's raining outside.
Here you go.
I didn't know that. And now the question is, has anything happened during the night?
You get turned into a big octopus again. And die.
At the rate we're going, we'll be dropping like flies.
You'll die.
Yeah, but your chance of dying is quite a lot higher than mine at
One
the moment.
second, I'm gonna close that door.
Yeah.
And I also need to leave for a minute because I need to visit the loo.
Uh-huh. You see, my chance of dying is not actually very high at all. Mine is a chance of not coming back more than anything.
Yeah, well, you could equal that to dying.
Yeah.
Your character would be gone either way.
Yeah.
Basically,
Dead in
with
quotation marks.
Who is
Ah,
he?
there we go.
Quotation marks.
Yeah.
Tova's just gone to the loo, by the way. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just have a bit of a wait then.
Yeah, but as I was saying, my character's not in the sense of going to be dead, as in going to be missing. It's my chance at the moment.
It's just everyone wakes up and you're just gone.
In fact, I have a really good chance of surviving this whole campaign at this rate. It won't be me anymore. Ish.
If you all keep your wits to yourselves, you all have a good chance of surviving, I would say, at this point. Then in what state you will be when you survive, that I can't vouch for.
Well, I'm already completely and utterly broken and scarred for life now. In fact, I'm actually considering whether my character should head, as soon as we get back, that my character immediately heads back to town instead of continuing on the journey. Because he's just that broken. He's like, nope.
He's just
I don't care what they promised me. I'm going home.
He's just not doing this anymore.
What did we get promised? Either way, I forgot. Did we get promised?
You all have your personal reasons.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, Winslow had
my
his
character
reason.
is seriously questioning whether that's actually worth it or not. For the amount of things that are getting broken here.
Yeah.
I imagine the scene where you're standing in front of the last room boss, whatever, and it's the most hideous thing you can imagine, and you get up. Nope.
Yeah, just turn in the door and go home.
Yep.
You can keep the sodding eye. I'm going home.
Yep. Don't think that's not a possibility because it may happen.
So Tuva gets there, Rob gets there, Winslow's new character, if he fixes one, gets there, you get there.
If we aren't done by then.
Yeah. Though you three step in, Zorath just takes one look, turns and leaves.
Nope. I see ya, guys.
Well, good luck with that. Bye.
Have fun.
Then he falls in the water, gets turned into a kraken again, and lives happily ever after.
Oh dear. That would be fun.
Let's continue.
Let us continue. So then.
Hungry.
So you all wake up in the morning, and you're all still here.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm a bit grumbly, like, I shouldn't have done that.
I knew it and did it anyway.
Warning. I shouldn't have done the dream warning. Now I'm hungry.
I look quite at peace at this point. I'm like, Good morning, people.
Something is rumbling a bit like.
For her, it's a morning. It's not a good one. It's just morning.
He's like,
You're okay.
I'm hungry. Damn it.
I offer some of my grub meat.
No, I can't process that.
Oh, I put it back. I don't even know what you eat.
Anatomy of a fairy: mouth, lungs, no digestive tract. Instead, just pure spite all the way through.
Yes.
I look kind of confused. What do you eat?
I have like at least 5 spite glands. Why do you think you slept so peacefully tonight?
Oh no.
I ate your dreams, damn it.
Well then, why are you hungry then?
There's a whole lot of them, because I was stupid and put a dream warding rune on you and there wasn't enough and I'm hungry.
Oh, can't you get rid of it?
Yeah, I could, but that would be mean.
Bonkers.
Well, I'll work something out.
Look, you're useful when you're sane.
Thank you.
I would prefer you being sane.
Thank you.
I'll go and have
nice
the
to hear.
nibbles. Maybe we'll find some other people and I can...
I am also noticeably more muscular this morning than usual.
As am I!
It's just This is how
Overnight.
things work in this world. Just overnight, people grow more muscles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look,
we
my
look
muscle
buff.
mass increased by 20%.
Okay, that's actually quite substantial.
That's great, yeah.
Thump.
I mean, I got stronger too, but because I'm a robot, so basically it doesn't show.
My muscle mass went up by 10%, so because I went up 2 points. So
Yeah, I went up 1 point, but I was so weak before, so...
yeah, I went up. Yeah.
My brain did grow, though.
So by the end of this campaign, we're going to have someone whose head is just a Roswell Grey. Someone who's just enormously bulky with a teeny tiny head. And then the person
that
who
would be
didn't
me.
level any agility whatsoever is just a stick figure.
Anyway,
Just leveled straight.
I guess we just carry on then.
Yeah.
Let's see, where are we? We have...
After Fishin again.
We have about half an hour or so.
Yeah, we have that, we have that. Well, I've got one more thing on this island, and then I think that's a good place to end off.
Okay, let us continue then.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better this morning. I don't feel like the entirety of Horrible Sea Universe is going to devour my brain.
I feel like the threshold for, like, better isn't very high, though.
It's
Because-
better than it was.
Yeah, I mean, like, but it's not very hard to feel better than what you were, like, yesterday.
Yeah, I was
It
not
doesn't
good
say
yesterday.
much, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was not good yesterday. I was broken.
But now you are up and about and cheerful.
I'm not.
Cheerio, mates! Let's go on.
I'm just that relieved. It's just like everything is working and fine. This is amazing. Let us do things. So we continue onwards.
I just have to write this down. So that's a thing that's happening, and then...
Things, excitement, words.
And... Sorry, I really should have done this earlier.
Wah, wah.
Wah.
While we're waiting, I'm going to just look over my sword just to make sure it's all in nice condition.
There we go, got that down. That's fair enough. So you wake up in the morning, you all start off following the path once more, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Walking for about another half an hour takes you to the end of the island. There's not a lot more to it than this. You've passed a mile marker on the way, which is kind of odd to have out here, but sure. The person who made this road was very diligent in their work.
Oh, bored.
Mm-hmm.
As you come out of the edge of the woods, it sort of begins to thin out a bit. It's more of a glade now than deep forest. And at the end of the road, there is a small house. The house is actually rather well kept. It seems like it's not been abandoned or anything. In fact, it seems like someone might even be living here. Outside, there's a small garden where the snow and ice has been cleared. And tiny plants are growing.
This is interesting.
The windows of the house have a soft, warm glow to them. And a little bit of smoke rises from the top of the house.
So there's someone in it.
Rob, go forth.
I choose you.
Go, Rob.
Rob goes forth. Hulk smashes. Let's knock the door.
Are you a Rob or a Zam?
Go, Rob. Go on. Do your thing, because I really don't trust this. Actually,
You
This
don't
is
trust
far too
anything.
weird.
Let's knock.
Yeah, sure, knock.
Okay, so you go up and knock on the door, right?
Yes.
As you knock on the door, you hear a clattering from inside, like someone just dropped something.
It's like, what the fuck? There are people on here? What? This hasn't happened for like 200 years.
Yeah.
Probably.
And and suddenly the lights in the windows go out, and the smoke just gets a bit of a puff and then stops.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Let's burn it down.
I'm not here. I'm not here. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I take a look to see if I can find any open windows.
And then, as you stand there next to the door, Rob, you also hear a little bit of a clink from inside of it.
Someone just locked the
Did
door.
you theory lock the door? Really?
I'm gonna look through. I'm gonna try and look through windows.
Okay, so you go up to a window, and you peek your head up, trying to look inside, and just as you come over the edge, you see the interior of the house with a small table, and then someone closes the curtains on you.
This is a problem. I guess this is the residence.
I'm gonna go. Hello? Who is in there? This is why is this house in the middle of nowhere?
Let's break out the door.
Can't hear
No.
anything.
No need.
I
am
will
very
warn you-
tiny.
I will warn you that we have a guy who is mostly made of metal and will probably want to break your door. And I don't really want him to do that.
I'm like, no need to break it.
I know. I'm like, I'm pointing to any windows that are still slightly not covered by curtains or anything, trying to try and find an opening.
I look into the keyhole.
You look into the keyhole, and you see, like, sort of someone in kind of, actually, it looks like they may have once at some point in time been very nice clothes. And you see, like, the front bit of a shirt, but nothing beyond that. And the person inside the house is obviously very busy with the door at the moment. And then a hatch sort of falls in front of the keyhole.
Like one of those things.
Yeah, just whip.
Yeah, but like I can still look into it. The hatch is on the inside.
Yeah.
I can still try to pick the door open.
Yeah, but you just put a latch on it as well.
Yeah, that's the inside.
Good thought, but there's a latch on it now. That was what the chink was.
I could still try.
If you
Oh,
wish.
I put the door to him.
I could just get Rob to go through a window.
I could go to the wall for all I
Just dive through a window.
Wow.
And, like you can do that.
Poor man.
I know. That I don't really want him to do that. I want Toad to find a little hole to sneak in through.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Chimney!
can do
The
that.
chimney!
The
Go
chimney?
through the chimney!
No, I can't
Why
do
not?
that.
Why
Why
not?
not?
Fairy rules! This is a residence! I can't enter a residence unless the one who resides there invites me. Fairy rules!
Why do you have
Okay,
these weird
okay.
rules?
If that's fairy rules, we do that. We make it very obvious. That is my house. That guy is in my house, and I want to throw him out. I go in.
This is old magic. It's not rulebook stuff. It's more than that.
Yeah, it's my house. I'm going in.
If you had a contract or some sort of agreement where the house, you could show her that told you the house was yours, Rob, that may indeed work.
Yeah, well, I left it inside, so I need
But
to
right
get
now,
in.
I'm just looking really unimpressed. Like, I can try to, like, unlock the door, but I can't enter it.
I'm still going around to other windows, trying to at least try to start a conversation with this person inside.
By this point, all of the other windows have had their curtains closed.
I just like knock at a window, just like, come on, just talk to us. We don't even know who you are. You don't know who we are. We just want to talk to you.
You know how the priest reacted. Like,
I don't care. Common courtesy. Why do no one on this island have it?
Hey, wait a
because
minute.
it's
We
not
do have.
common.
Not here, anyway.
Yeah.
I start to try and climb onto the roof.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, that's taking too long. I'm breaking up the door.
And I'm standing there like, well.
I need that. That's my house. I call
Whatever.
it.
I'm basically climbing onto the roof, go into the chimney, and I'm going to try and shout down the chimney.
The chimney is about this wide, so you can't go
Yeah.
down it.
No, I'm not going down it. I'm shouting down the chimney.
Okay.
Hello! Can you even hear us?
So he's like sticking down his beak and like, hey!
Okay. When you do this, and Rob is just beginning to brace against the door in order to break it open, which is actually quite audible. You know, he has to give it a few test shoves before he goes in. You hear a squeaky, angry voice sound from inside of the hut. Go away!
No.
We just want to talk.
Get off my roof!
Can we just talk first, please?
No!
Why not?
Because!
That's not an answer.
Piss off!
No.
That's
Making me
good enough
angry
for
now.
me.
You
Let's
won't
go
like
through
when
the
I'm
door.
angry.
Very squeaky voice with once luxurious clothes. This.
And as you've still got your beak down into the chimney, you see a sort of hatch open at the bottom of it, and a burst of soot and coal just comes out of the chimney, painting your entire face black, and then the hatch closes.
And you cough a lot.
Can I break up the door now and pull him out so that Toph can you
Break his house in.
No!
No!
Don't! Go away!
He shot in my face. Break his house in.
In we go. Let's roll.
A hatch opens on the front of the door, and as you go up to break down the door, a shaft of something comes out and pokes you in the eye, Rob.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's ram the door.
You take a point of damage and reel back from the pain. Because you've just been poked in the eye by the shaft of a broom.
Then didn't we found that one that we tried on Winslow? That one with lightning.
I'm going to go back off the roof.
Let's use that.
I've climbed off the roof and rejoined the others at the front.
I'm pretty sure Dot doesn't like fire and lightning.
Una's mostly just standing there like,
What was it you said to me? But diplomacy first!
I've been trying diplomacy.
I am doing front door diplomacy. It's very physical.
I mean, what you've done so far is climb onto the roof of his house and shout into his chimney. That does not count as diplomacy.
That's about as much as Zam can do. He does not have intelligence.
You have more than me. Way more.
Yeah, I know. I have all the I have all the intelligence in this goddamn party. But
Okay,
I looked at Tom and just go, do you have any idea how we can talk to this batty person?
I'm jumping through the window.
Before he does that. Because you know he will. I'm not far off following him at this rate.
Let's see. You know, stopping and thinking might be part 1.
Oh yes.
What thinking? Thinking
I
takes
don't
too
do
long.
thinking. Thinking is hard.
The thinking hurts. Let's jump through the window.
I grab hold of Rob, just like, stop a second. If she doesn't have a good idea, then you jump through the window. But now, wait a sec.
Does anyone have a decent speech skill? Like, I feel like this is the
I'm
key.
sure one of you
Yeah,
had, and I think
I have
it might
12.
have been Winslow.
I have 12.
I have 10.
I have 14.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
do.
so
You're doing the talking.
Of course. I'm prepared and stuff. I go up to the window where there is most like best chance for him to hear me.
The window on the side, not the door. Then.
Yes. Like, please excuse my two.
Ruffians.
You're two henchmen, really.
Minions.
What can we say? I have something on the tip of my tongue, but I completely forgot about what it
At this point, I reckon me and Rob are probably just standing back, butting heads with each other just because it's fun.
Just running into each other.
like it seems to have well, the whole family is there.
Oh,
Bart
right.
and Rua.
No, I haven't. Do excuse my the lacking brain power of my comrades. Now, hopefully, I will keep them from breaking down your
Residents.
quaint little residence. May we please talk? Or come in so we can talk.
Apology accepted. Now take the bridge to the south back. Go away.
The bridge is broken down. We had to find other ways.
Not my problem.
What are you doing?
I just
here
shout,
anyway?
is now!
Please ignore him.
I make the same noise she did.
Pray, why are you out here all alone?
Because I don't like people and people don't like me.
Well, that much is obvious. That much
And
is
for the record, I don't like you.
Shall we burn it down?
We don't like you either!
We're not from the island. We're here on a mission. And we suspect you might know something about it.
Nothing at all. Go away.
Not going away!
There was a pause there. I know you know something.
No.
In we go!
The eye doesn't tell you anything.
Go away.
Yeah, he knows something. I
We're
get
gonna
it.
break
Shall I
down your
get him
windows
out?
in a moment.
My comrades are getting a
I
bit
know nothing of
impatient.
any eyes or towers or rooms. Go away.
See, you told us stuff that we didn't tell you. You know something. We might break down those windows.
You
That
mentioned
window looks
runes.
delicious.
I may know a bit or two about runes.
Too much in
Also,
that
please
case. Go
ignore my
away.
comment. But jag hörde inte vad du sa. What?
Too much in that case. Go away.
Too much. I have no idea what you're talking about. There's no such thing as knowing too much.
At this point, me and Rob have moved up to the other window, and I'm like directing him in the right direction to start his leap through the window.
Keep distracting him.
You would see my comrades are getting into their heads to bash your door in, and I don't know how long I can stop them.
Those take a long time to make, you know.
I know.
Well, then open the door, you old bat.
No.
The more you say no, the more likely we break them.
And I just stand there with my
Let's watch him.
head in my hand, like. It's not like I can physically restrain them, and they don't always listen.
We listen.
we both just look at each other like, we listen?
Yeah.
Really?
Listen. Hey, we'll take a second. Let's get in.
Case in point.
Hey, look, a flower.
Oh, look at this pretty window. Wouldn't it be a shame it's broken?
And then you see, as you're preparing to bash down the window, like two tiny little clawed furry hands come up below the curtains, and a very narrow, thin nose with whiskers pokes through both of them, and the hands start to try and shoo you away. Shoo! Shoo!
Yeah,
Shoo!
I punch the
afraid
window
that's not
grab
gonna
him and pull him out. He's in range.
You're just gonna punch the window and then
Yeah,
grab him.
But he is in range.
Oh, wow. Are you absolutely sure you want to do that?
I'm not doing anything. I'm standing there.
Okay, so Rob, you go to punch the window,
Yeah.
and you smash the glass, but the creature behind you jumps back in time and just yells, "Okay, okay, what do you want? What do you want?"
He works every time.
Very easy pharmacy.
I swear these two have no brains.
And as you pull your arm back out,
I'm not doing anything.
as you pull your arm back out, Rob, an urn with something really, really nasty smelling in it comes flying through the window and hits you in the head. Smashing, covering you in this sort of brown, yellowish grime that smells absolutely awful.
Yeah, well, I don't have a nose in those smells, so I don't care.
Ooh, but Zom does.
I put two fingers to my nostrils and go,
That was hilarious.
Well, the window is open now. Let's get in and pull him out.
I mean, the window is about yay big, so you'd never be able to get through.
Well, I have a Warhammer. Let's make the hole bigger. I have time.
Talk about breaking and entering.
My friend here is quite intent on using his big fat hammer to smash your wall in.
And he'll huff and he'll puff.
And he will break your house down.
And you can hear like the pitter-patter of feet on the inside of the house, and a small hatch just gets opened up in the door, and a black eye just looks out at you, Una. Just goes, "Make him stop!"
Here it comes. I start hitting the house.
I'm just imagining, like, at the same time,
"Here's Rob."
Rob is going there, but with his hammer, like. But not even I can talk that fast. I'm like,
You make very funny noises.
Stop him!
okay.
You're the only one who can stop him. Just open the door and let us talk. Okay, Rob, stop it. Put that hammer down.
I think we went about 50 miles north there. Oh dear.
Go
I
on, put it
wanted to
down.
wreck that house.
Tough. You can break that tree over there if you really want to break something. and get yourself washed. You smell like terror.
Put metal in all.
But what it's all, will you?
Okay, I punch a tree and wash myself.
Oh dear. So Rob just veers off course and crashes into a tree instead. And you can hear a very like nervous little from the inside of the house.
And a thump. Case in point, my interrogation methods work way better than yours.
And I say, you see what I have to deal with all day.
Yes, I do.
And now you know what I live out here.
You know, the more I think about it, the more tempting it sounds.
Well, get your own island.
Yes, my own island.
Well, then, are you going to open the door then? He can come back with his hammer. I'm sure he won't be
Doesn't
happy
need
if that door's not open.
She doesn't need to open the door. She can talk with us like this just fine. And there is a possibly open window.
I can fix that. I can fix it. I can use forms magic to fix it. Probably.
Okay, do it.
Okay. First you talk, though. Don't give me that noise.
Oh, it makes you go away.
It will do after we've got the information we need. Sure.
Well,
That voice is just so
Go on, then. I poked up. It's like, go on, then. Ask away. Go. You're a talker, not me.
And I'm away.
Rob just bashing his head against a tree.
I'm cleaning myself.
Tova, go on.
Yes. So we're looking for the eye.
oh,
What we'll do with it, we'll see when we get there.
you should leave that bloody thing in its place.
That's the general message we've gotten from people, yes.
And why are you looking for it?
The Kelber quite agreed.
Hmm?
There's really huge old Kelber we met at a party last week, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I do worry about it.
You worry about everything. With good reason.
Says you!
Yeah, with good reason. We have lots in common.
Well, the ice up in the tower to the north of the northernmost island. There you go. Now fix my window.
But
But one more thing.
how did we get there?
We've gotten, in one way or another, that guy, I point at Sam, got his hands on this cube.
It's evil.
Cube? Don't know anything about a cube.
It seems to get stronger when in contact with seawater.
Well, then don't put it into seawater then.
Yes, well, that first time was kind of an accident, and we didn't really think about it the second time, but it was only for a brief time. Anyway, from what information we got, it seems to be a key of some sort to a seal that seals in some sort of benevolent deity of some kind.
Lovely
that
little
really-
story. Why don't you go and tell it to someone else?
Okay, so ringing no bells.
No.
Is she speaking the truth?
You may actually roll for this and see if you figure out if she's telling the truth or not.
I would like to do that too.
Okay, so both of you can do this. This would be against your speech.
Okay.
You get her little inflections and her little
Yes.
voices.
11 on my 12 speech.
4 on my 14.
Okay, so you think she's telling the truth, Tom. She's like, yeah, probably. I mean, the cube is really spooky, and she would probably want nothing to do with it, even if she knew about it. You, on the other hand, too, but you definitely know that, yeah, she's telling the truth about this. She's got to know.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. We can.
What's going on with the call? It keeps freezing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while,
That's
yeah.
really strange.
That's Linux.
No, because over here it's absolutely fine. I get no freezes.
I get freezes.
It's Google Hangouts.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's a bit weird today.
Anyway,
Right, go on. How do we get to the eye?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know how
Because-
how to get there?
If you're
And do
here,
you
you should
know what-
already know.
Yeah, we have the clue of how to get there, sure, but
We have two ways that we're supposed to be there. And one of them led us right here.
How?
we're following the tracks of a certain other group that was looking for it about 15 years ago.
Huh?
They seem to be quite nasty bastards, but they are how do you say this in English? Having fuffens version.
they were up to no good.
Yeah, they seem to be up to no good. Fuffens is just such a nice word. It's
Did they show you the way here? Did they tell you I live here?
one of them's dead. No, they didn't mention you. We're quite surprised you're here, honestly.
You have a nice house.
Huh?
Says the one trying to break it.
I weren't breaking it. It was him who was breaking it. I was just standing watching.
Encouraging.
Watching.
Ooh. No one knows I live here. How?
Well, if you're wondering about those two, one has disappeared. The other one's dead. We met his ghost a while ago, and
Huh?
the priest, he's hiding in the town. Quite grumpy fellow.
Huh?
I didn't meet him personally, but it was quite loud and seemed like a really nasty encounter.
Huh?
Case in point.
You can see the little eye in the hatch just turn to glare for a moment before it goes back to you again.
I don't know why no one seems to know you're here, but it wasn't like we were asking. We were just those two of them were trying to get here for some reason, and we were trying to figure out why. And the only one thing we've found on this island is you, so obviously you must know something.
Huh?
It doesn't make sense.
How?
Oh, what?
Well,
What exactly?
we found a thing. It was a rune thing on the floor, and then my fairy friend here decided to look into the past about it, and then found the two we've been following in the past, looking at this rune and trying to remake the bridge. Maybe it goes to this island, so we assumed there was something on this island that was important, so we came here.
Huh?
Do you
That
know
doesn't
anything
tell
about
you
this?
much.
Bridge to the south. Bad bridge. Don't like it. Should go away.
It is gone away. It's
Go!
broken.
It's almost entirely broken. It's impossible to cross.
Good.
So why were they trying to come here then?
Yeah, they would try to repair the bridge. It didn't go well.
Huh?
So why would they do that? Why would they need to come here?
Huh?
Surely you don't have people just wanting to come and annoy you, do you?
No.
Yeah, see, we can agree on things. It's good. Yay.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Please
Yes.
stop.
No.
Just slap him.
I'm off.
I can do this all day.
I toss you a glass on.
Mm.
Well, I've told you about the tower. Now go away. Go to your tower, see that it's locked, and go home.
We know where the tower is, and we know the eye is there. We already knew that.
Yes, but it's locked. Go home.
How do you
No,
unlock it then?
Do you know anything about the lock?
Mm,
Is it an evil lock
No,
with a square keyhole?
no.
I'm gonna try and see if she's lying.
Okay.
Oh, I roll 18. I have no
Ah,
idea.
it does seem like she's not lying, though.
But
I'm
the
gonna
thing
say she
is-
seems pretty insistent that she doesn't have a clue.
Yeah.
So you haven't been there.
Mm,
You have been there.
mm.
That was a yes.
Yep.
It was a I don't want to talk about it.
You're gonna have to talk about it.
No.
Yes.
Mm,
We can do this all day.
Sure. You know, if you help us with this, I could cook up some I cook up a perimeter of alarm runes to alert you if someone else ever approaches you. So you can.
mm,
Mm-hmm. I'm a runes mage. I know a bit.
mm.
Oh, you don't like room mages, do you?
No.
Ah, was the priest here by any chance?
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna call a lie on that.
Did any of you ever detect magic in this area?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, but maybe we should.
I would like to detect magic now. Just because you said.
I shouldn't have asked. I should not
You
have
shouldn't
asked.
have asked.
Yeah, you should have asked.
Insert gif of Hagrid. Shouldn't have said that. Should not have said that.
Yeah. Detect magic, go.
Oh, detect magic, go. There is a slight blue glow from inside of the hut. Or the house.
He doesn't know that.
No, sorry. There is a kind of a chanty whispering from inside of the hut.
Yep, it sounds like runes now because I've worked that out somewhat.
You can do that. Uh-huh.
I can sort of work it out now.
Okay.
All the forms one sounds like tribal stuff. All your runes one sounds a bit more formal. I'm just gonna go. There's runes in that there house.
You can do that yourself then. Never mind.
Somewhat. I'm
No.
getting there. Yes. I
Not
can
you.
hear them. I can hear them.
Not you! Shut up!
No, I won't shut up.
The small
I
one!
should-
No!
What about the small one?
No!
Yes.
Like, sometimes I can barely hear what you're saying so, with that voice. It's kind of hilarious.
Yes.
The answer to your statement that she could make the runes herself was no!
Okay.
I thought you said that the small one somewhere there.
Yeah, she was basically telling Zom to shut up because she wasn't talking to him.
Don't care. Talking to me. I'm here too. I am a person. Kind of dummy. So who made the runes then? He's not a person.
I'm gonna detect magic myself.
Okay, so you detect magic. and looking into the hut, you can see a blue soft glow from sort of cylindrical thing lying at the bottom of something inside of the hut. And the light from this sort of shines through whoever's standing there, because you're so close, and just paints a bit of a silhouette. So you can see a sort of tiny, hunched over creature with a long, pointy snout.
Okay, so it's. Wait, is this a cylindrical item that's glowing?
Yes.
And
Some sort of...
I can also see the one I'm talking with glowing.
No, you can see
what?
the
No.
light from the cylinder sort of just giving her the outline.
Yes, okay.
So you can see what she actually looks like.
A bit.
But anyway.
Hmm.
What's that thing you got there? This rune thing.
No! Nothing!
I told you I could hear
There's
runes.
nothing in here! There's just me and pots and pans!
I can hear it.
No!
Yes.
And a very runic cylinder of some sort. It's illuminating you. It's glowing quite strongly. I can see it.
And looking through now, you can see that the creature on the inside is just looking towards it and just sort of pushing something in front of it, but it's doing absolutely nothing because you can still see the glow.
Am I back?
Material things doesn't block the glow, you know.
I'm guessing Rob is back by now.
Robert's made his way back now, yes.
What did I miss?
I think it's relevant, isn't it?
You missed that a lot. She keeps making that noise.
Okay. Can I break the door now?
No.
Oh! Okay! You want to go to the tower?
Yes.
Won't do you any good. It's locked, as I said.
Well, then how do you unlock it then?
If I tell you, will you go away?
And if you tell us how to get there, sure.
And not come back?
Yes, we will come back.
We already
Why would
pretty
we
much
come
know
back?
how to get there, though. It's more like I'm more curious about what that cylinder is.
Yeah, but you can ask her to tell her that, but I want to know how to get there from her specifically.
Okay, I mostly want to know what the cylinder is and what the lock is.
Back south, east, cavern, underground.
Well, that's the green spot, yes. We have that on the map.
Map?
What map?
Map?
What map? What are you talking about?
You said map?
I didn't say map.
What map?
I didn't say no map.
Show me.
No.
No.
Why should we show you?
Show me.
You won't show us anything. You keep hiding behind that door. Why
Slams
should we?
she slams the hatch shut.
I'm like, we can show you the map if you show
We
us
have
the
a hammer
cylinder.
still.
I'm like, shut up! We can show you the map if you show us the cylinder.
Hatch sort of slides open. And slams shut again, and you can hear locks clicking on the inside of the door. A whole number of them, just sort of sliding, shanking, and
A lot of
clanging.
locks.
All in all, you can probably hear about 20 of them.
Jesus, paranoid as me.
The door slides open outwards towards you, and in the doorway stands a small, hunched-over, grey-furred little mouse lady, who is still visibly quite upset with the lot of you.
See, that wasn't so hard.
And there we'll end today's session.
with the mouse. I think this session named the either Cthulhu session, where I became a Cthulhu, or the
How to write?
Or Rob trading horrible at
Oh,
diplomacy.
Okay, thank you all for being here this week, and we'll see you next one.
Bye.
See ya.